Hey Faith family, it's Brother Mario. I pray you're having a great day. I wanted to go ahead and create this video because I have some exciting announcements that I wanted to share with you about certain topics that I'm going to be covering a little bit more in the coming year, and I just hope that they're going to be edifying for you. I went this morning to meet up with two local pastors here in town to talk about ministry and how the Lord is leading us to minister in my local area here. And there's some pretty exciting developments. So first of all, you guys are going to get to see and meet Pastor John. Pastor John is really awesome. He has a ministry called Ashes to Rubies, and it's specifically for those who struggle with addictions. So I wanted to announce here that I'm going to be making an effort with Pastor John to minister to you guys out there who are struggling with addictions. Jesus has come to help us to live a clean, sober, healthy, free life, not in bondage. And I know that many of you may be struggling with addiction. I'll be honest, my own personal addiction, marijuana. And I know that's a lot of you don't even consider that to be a big deal, but I can't control it, and it always leads me down into the pits, and it's never good. And so living a sober mind, sober life is very important for me to receive everything that God has for me. And so there's no shame and guilt if you're struggling with things. You know what? That's not this space or environment that I'm going to create here. This is a place where you can come as you are, dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with. Even if you've been a Christian for a long time and you backslid back into this stuff, don't let the devil shame you. It's good to be convicted, okay? What you're doing is definitely hurting your walk with God, but don't sit there and shame and hide these things in the darkness. Bring them to the light, and me and Pastor John are going to minister to you to give you hope and help you to rehabilitate your life. Pastor John is literally in ministry where people come to him off the streets broken, completely broken from drugs, prostitution, gangs, all that stuff. And he helps them in a discipleship program, which we'll be offering for you guys, to take you from ashes to rubies. Okay, his name's John Ruby, by the way, so pretty cool ministry name considering his last name's Ruby. So from ashes, we're going to be taking... I'll go with you. We're going to do the program together. You know, never hurts to reestablish yourself, even if you've, are not necessarily currently dealing with an addiction cycle, or, you're not backsliding. It's always good to solidify. So I'll do that with you guys, and I'm looking forward to just what the Lord has planned for me and Brother John. Now, the other announcement is the other pastor I met with is Pastor Kenny, and he's from the church that I'm a part of. And we're going to be focusing this year on evangelism. He's the assistant pastor of the church, and he's predominantly in charge of outreach. And I've always loved that. I love to reach people, and I want to help encourage you in your walk to be able to be a witness out there and a fisher a fisher of men. I was going to say, is there fisher woman? How do you say that? I guess fishermen, woman. Anyways, we're going to be going fishing, brothers and sisters, for our friends or family members, even to impact those that we don't really like, that maybe God wants to reach regardless of your own personal liking towards that person. We discuss certain things about methods of evangelism that we see being used in the church. The most popular one being The Way of the Master by, what's his name? The Way of the Master... Well, you guys know what I'm talking about there, Living Waters. Why is his name escaping me right now? Anyways, you guys know who I'm talking about. Put it in the description section. So anyways, the methodology that's used, I'm not a fan of it. And I'll tell you why. I think it is a gimmicky way of evangelism, okay? What we're going to be developing is a more, what I believe is a biblical format. We're going to look me and him in the next 2 months are going to study the scriptures to see the examples of evangelism in the Bible and how it was done biblically. No offense to The Way of the Master. It's so gimmicky. It's like, I used to work in sales offices, and that's what they would do. They would give you a script, and you would go out there and it's like you're just using a very gimmicky script to kind of get them, I don't know. What we're going to help you to do is to be able to have a sensitivity and a discernment to be able to identify dialogues and things that you can engage with people so that you can connect with them on a personal level. Every single encounter that you have when it comes to evangelism should look different. That's why I don't like the way of the master. It's literally the same thing regurgitated. It's like a script. It's like a sales gimmick here. Okay, here, you say this, and if you get one, you do. If not, whatever, you move on. You keep using the same script. That's not how evangelism was done in the Bible. Evangelism was always personal. The person doing the evangelism was always able to pull out of that person exactly what it is they needed to dialogue about or speak on. And this method of just saying the same thing to everyone isn't personal, and I don't think is as highly effective as evangelism could be. And for those of you wondering what evangelism is, it's basically, as believers, it's us going out there to reach others and preaching the gospel and loving on them, being an example in front of them, and all those things. So stay tuned. Lots of exciting things this year that the Lord is doing. And yeah, just wanted to give you those updates. So have yourself a blessed day.